Hello, my name is Olgica Grbeva and I'm a student of Skopje Metropolitan College, and this is our presentation. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Darko Krstevski and I'm also a student of Skopje Metropolitan, and I hope you will enjoy our presentation.
Hello from me too. My name is Mitevski, also an MBA student at Skopje Met, and we will have some presentation on leadership and team potential. So let's start the presentation.
Okay, so leadership, the art of making someone else to do what you want them to do and to do it of their own free will. This is said by Dwight Eisenhower, and please consider the connection between the quote and the purpose of this training. Leadership is the ability to create an environment where everyone knows what contribution to make and feels fully committed to doing the job well. To understand leadership, first we need to understand, is the leader born or created? You ought to have the desire to be a leader while you learn the skills you need, such as ability to inspire and encourage others to overcome challenges, accept constant change, achieve results, ability to build strong and effective teams, a process of using influence for persuasion and guidance. And is there a difference between leadership and management? A leader is one who makes decisions and communicates clear messages, while the manager implements strategies, measures results, and manages the system, but still cannot do without each other. Being a leader, you progress if you learn fast what motivates the other, ask your team about their views, think ahead of the current events, know how to train and develop your team, set standards for building a team you can lean on. You stagnate if you think you can live on yesterday's victories. You don't know your own emotions. You don't grasp what's going around you. You don't ask for feedback about your ideas in leadership. You don't stay physically fit and don't think positively. Next slide, please. Leader. What is expected of a leader? You will be expected to establish the values of the organization and feed the team with a realistic vision for the future. Vision is a picture expressed in words about the future of your organization or team. What makes a leader great? Determination, flexibility, information, creativity, self-confidence, positive attitude, responsibility, communication skills, reliability, consistency, planning in advance, patience, objectivity, perceptivity. It is not a disaster not to have them all. Understand exactly what skills you have. You have someone who will encourage and motivate you. Encourage yourself to take action according to a skill development plan. How will you know what you need to be a leader? There are two things more important, like inspirations from the world's most famous business, military, political leaders. And the second, it is more credible if you rely on your competences. To lead effectively, you must be comfortable in your own skin and live by your own moral principles. Your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's life. Don't be trapped by dogma, which is living with the results of other people's thinking. Don't let the noise of others' opinion drown out your own inner voice. And most important, have the courage to follow your heart and intuition. They somehow already know what you truly want to become. Everything else is secondary. Stay hungry, stay foolish. This is a quote from Steve Jobs. Leadership styles. Leadership style is a way of or approach in introducing leadership, implementing plans, and motivating people. There are basically 4 types of leadership styles: authoritative, persuasive, participative or democratic, and delegating on laissez-faire. Autocratic style. This style is used when leaders tell their employees what they want to do and how they want to achieve it without consulting other employees. Appropriate situation to use this style is when you have all the information to solve the problem, you are short on time, and your employees are well motivated. This style usually is used in large groups, passive groups, groups that rarely meet. Normally, it should be used rarely, but if you have the time and want to get more commitment and motivation from the employees, then the participative style is used. Other style is persuasive style, and this is similar to the authoritarian style. The leader makes the decision alone without consulting the other employees, but instead of announcing the decision, he convinces the others that the decision is in line with all interests. This style is used in situation as well as an autocratic style. For participative democratic style, in addition to the leader, includes other employees in the decision-making process, what and how to do. However, the leader has the authority to make the final decision. And from here, Darko will continue.
Yeah. So I will quickly mention the 5 key traits of the participative or democratic leadership. So it's giving subordinates a share in decision making, keeping subordinates informed of the true situation, good or bad, under all circumstances, maintaining awareness of the state of the organizational morale with actions to keep it as high as possible, and also counseling, training and development opportunities are offered to the employees. And last but not least is the leader needs to be approachable. There's also, according to some theorists, a distinction between the participative and the democratic leadership. One difference you may see is stated as distinguishing between the two is how decisions are ultimately made. In the participative leadership, the team's input is considered during the decision-making process, but the decision is ultimately made by the leader. In democratic leadership, a vote is taken where each team member has equal say in the ultimate decision. Some of the benefits regarding the participative leadership are encouraging collaboration, facilitating free flow of ideas, decreases competition, improves morale, and retention. All this leads to participative leadership opening up the organization in an age where more scrutiny is placed on how businesses are operating. This is especially important. Involving employees in decision means more transparency. Next one, delegative leadership. A delegative leader will provide the necessary tools and resources to complete a project and will take responsibility for the group decisions and actions. But power is basically handed over to the group. This leadership, also known as Liz Foa, pardon if I'm not pronouncing it correctly, is a type of leadership style in which in which leaders are hands-off and allow group members to make the decisions. Some of the characteristics are, I mentioned the hands-off approach, leaders provide all training and support, decisions are left to employees, comfortable with mistakes, and accountability falls to the leader. Some of the advantages of this leadership are encouraging personal growth and innovation. Disadvantages of the leadership are lack of role clarity, poor involvement with the group, low accountability, and passivity. Also, researchers have found that this generally leads to the lowest productivity among the group members. Next one. So basically, we touched some of the leadership styles and approaches, but depending on the situation and the influences, the good leader should be able to recognize the best style applicable for that situation. Transactional leadership is a behavioral leadership theory which focuses on the link between supervision, organization, and group performance. Transactional leadership is a theory or style first discussed by sociologist Max Weber in 1947 and later expanded upon by Bernard Bass, who also played a leading role in the development of transformational leadership. that I will elaborate later. Transactional leadership is also often known as managerial leadership, tasks and objectives are the focus of any transactional leader. The process is entirely about getting results. Next one is the charismatic leadership. This leadership is defined by a leader who uses his or her communication skills, charm to influence others. Charismatic leaders, given their ability to connect with people on a deep level, are especially valuable within organizations that are facing a crisis or are struggling to move forward. Charismatic leaders have 4 common personality traits: high degree of confidence, and lack of internal conflict. It goes without saying that charismatic leaders are truly confident. They are the glass half full kind of people and are comfortable with who they are. They understand themselves well and do not try to be anyone else. Charismatic leaders are secure and confident enough to be comfortable in their own skin. High energy and enthusiasm. One of the first things you'd notice about a charismatic leader is their warm, open, and positive body language. They make eye contact with they make immediately eye contact with anybody, regardless if it's a stranger or it's somebody part of the team, or they have an endearing swagger and they are authentic. Then good communication skills. Charismatic leaders have extraordinary skills in communication. This helps to motivate employees through times and also help them stay grounded when things are good. The leaders are equally comfortable communicating one-to-one or in a group setting. And the last one is the good image and the role model. A charismatic leader understands that he has certain qualities that make him different from others, and that these are the qualities that get him attention and make him charismatic. So he also knows how important it is to continually improve himself. So I mentioned before, if we go to the next slide, I mentioned before that when I was talking about Bas, he also had a huge impact in defining the transformational leadership, which I will elaborate now. This leadership is defined as a leadership approach that causes change in individuals and social systems. In its ideal form, it creates valuable and positive change in the followers with the end goal of developing followers into leaders. There are 4 factors to transformational leadership, also known as the 4 I's. Idealized influence, integrity, which is integrity. Then we have self-awareness, authenticity, and empathy. Next one is the servant leadership. Servant leadership is a leadership philosophy in which the goal of the leader is to serve. This is different from traditional leadership, where the leader's main focus is the thriving of their company or organization. The 10 principles of servant leadership are listening, empathy, healing, awareness, persuasion, conceptualization, foresight, stewardship, commitment to the growth of people, and building community. A servant leader is someone, regardless of their level of on the corporate hierarchy, who leads by meeting the needs of the team. Which style to use and when? While there are many different leadership styles, everyone has a default leadership style that comes most naturally to them. Leadership styles determine how someone uses their power and authority to lead others. Your default leadership style then is the way you feel most comfortable leading others to achieve your vision. The best leaders are able to adjust their style based on the situation they find themselves in. For example, turning around a failing organization might require a more forthright approach than being asked to grow an already successful organization. Next one, using all styles. So basically, this is when you tell your employees that the procedure is not effective and a new authoritative style must be done. As for the ideas, and suggestions for creating a new procedure, participative and consulting. You delegate a task in order to create the procedure. That's delegating. These are some of the conditions that influence the decision which style to use. First one is how much time do we have in the project, a relationship based on respect and trust or disrespect in regards to the team, who has the information, you, your employees, or both, how well trained are your employees, and how well do you know the job, internal conflicts, stress level when performing tasks, the type of task, is it structured, unstructured, complicated, or simple, the level of introduced procedures. Here are some examples of positive and so some of the conditions, positive and negative influence. So basically, there are differences in the leadership approach and motivating employees. Here are some of the examples. For when positive leader uses rewards for motivation, education, independence, etc. But there is also the negative leaders who are glorifying penalties. If a negative approach has a place in the leader's tools, it must be used with caution, as it's highly reflective of the human spirit. They believe that their authority grows with intimidation and that this will lead to greater productivity. And of course, if this method is used excessively and incorrectly, the morale decreases, and of course, it leads to low productivity into the work environment. Leadership and teamwork have a direct impact on the ability for an organization to carry out its mission. You need leadership to make sure everyone on your team is going in the same direction and working towards the same goal. Good leadership monitors progress and directs the team to keep them on track. These are the key points when it comes to the relation between leadership and teamwork. Communicating as a leader, simplify, direct, say what you mean, listen and encourage, illustrate through stories, affirm with actions. Encouraging cooperation in the group means mutual support, shared goals, cooperation, and encouragement provide workplace synergy. With this, team members are able to feel a greater sense of accomplishment, are collectively responsible for outcomes achieved, and fit individuals with the incentive to perform at higher levels. And the last one, leading teamwork with clear direction, open and honest communication, support risk taking and change, defined roles, common goals, and encouraging differences in opinions. Next one, these are the steps that leads to good teamwork. So basically, assign goal, developing a strategy, who will participate, what means we will use, the feelings of the team, check if the team understands what needs to be done, control of the work process, checking the quality of the work done, what is the relationship between quality communication and the work done. Leading teamwork. These are some questions that we will try to answer in the next slide, so we are able to understand how leading teamwork works. So on the question, what do teams need for success? That's common goal, clear roles and tasks, decision-making procedures, and trust between the members. So having all those points leads to a success when it comes to the teamwork. And these are the strategies that are available to the leaders in order to create a strong teamwork environment. Everyone should have a role in achieving the goal, say what went extremely well or badly, individual to present good things to the team so that everyone will learn new things. Don't forget to say thank you, individually or to the whole team to keep them motivated. Celebrate team success and understand what motivates each team member and explore their abilities, skills, values, and opportunities for improvement. Next.
Now we have some signs of showing the motivation of a team, or actually good motivated teams, where good listening of team members is very important. then sharing good ideas, showing interest in the accomplishment of the team goals, and giving recognition to each members for their action done. Then taking risks. The members have to be confidential, sincere, and open, and must possess innovative ideas to incorporate into the team. Next one would be supporting each other and giving constructive feedback in the process of motivation and achieving the goals, showing loyalty to the team, bringing results, and building trust with the whole team. Many teams depend on good selection of team members involving a leader who allows everyone to understand the goals and motivate and communicate. Then creative members, imaginative thinkers who provide ideas when a team is stuck. Then analyst, problem solver who tests the plan at each level. A facilitator who has a good interpersonal relationships and is the lubricant of the team. Then an administrator who is paying attention to detail and keeps the team focused and on time. Here are some team roles as observed by Dr. Meredith Belbin, who has made some observations and these involve people on teams assume different team roles. A team role is a tendency to behave, contribute, and interrelate with others in a certain way. He derived 9 roles from those he observed that people will fall under. Each team role will determine the team's success. Here are the team roles according to Belbin. So they're actually grouped in 3 major groups involving thinking, action-oriented, and people-oriented groups. Most of all of them are actually important for good establishment of a team and success of the whole team, and as well good smart goals that have to be developed with the team in order to achieve the goals successively with the team. Creating a balanced team involves understanding your team role within a particular team. You can develop your strengths and manage your weaknesses as a team member. You can also improve how you contribute to the team and create a more balanced team with the team leader and team development leaders who will often use Belbin's tool and approach to help create more balanced teams. Also, teams can become unbalanced if all team members have similar styles of behavior or team roles, which means the more different the team members, that's the bigger chance for the team to be more effective and achieve better success. Now we will have a look into problem solving and decision-making ideas, steps for solving problems, which is a process and a skill that we develop when we need to solve a problem that stands on our way to achieve the goal. Here we have the problem-solving cycle with several steps, 7 of them. The first one is recognition of the problem, then presenting it and doing research with the team. Next one is setting a goal, clear goal for the team. Then establishing alternatives, choosing the possible solution, then developing a good action plan and evaluation of the decision and the results to close the problem-solving cycle. The most important thing, you have to start from yourself. You must be at the helm, and respected are those leaders who share values and take responsibility for their choices in life. Developing self-awareness is very important. To think as a leader, you need to first look at what you think about yourself and the world around you. You must know yourself very good. To find out what style of thinking you have. Is it tactical, operational, or strategic? It will help you solve problems, and you will have a different approach to problems. You will speak the language of others, and you have to be an example to the team. using emotional intelligence while recognizing your own and others' emotions, controlling your emotions, using your emotions, and of course, empathy to people around you. A very important thing is setting clear goals and objectives to the team. The most realistic way to set goals in your leadership position is by knowing your competencies well. Your leadership position, you must involve and use leadership styles. Try to use them, use more of them. Get ready to lead the team, manage the information received, and be realistic of what goals to achieve. You have to focus your energy. As a leader, you will be flooded with communication, demands, new tasks and initiatives, which would seek lots of energy. You must recognize and focus on what really matters and is critical to the success of you and your team. You must work wise. In order to progress, you have to improve the standards, make a network and build good relationships, analyze and understand how you spend your time, and be realistic about the deadlines. Otherwise, the team will be lagging behind. And if you start doing someone else's work, you never leave the office, you only react to rewards and trifles, you start working without a plan. In order to achieve the SMART goals and the plan, you must identify the major players. Do not expect to develop strong relationships with everyone in the organization. As leaders, you must build relationships primarily with the key people who have the most investment in the organization or whose influence will help you move forward. To identify them, ask around of yourself who has an impact on the activities. Take it into account external and internal factors and put them on a diagram. Develop a good plan for your team. You have to do a good analysis of the key people, finding information, how much they have invested in the project and how much influence they have put into the whole team. Find out the outsiders and possible saboteurs that will undermine the whole process and the whole process of achieving the goals of the team. So once again, the teamwork involves everyone. They should have a role in achieving the goal, saying what went extremely well or badly. A good individual to have good communication skills and present the good things. Don't forget to say thank you to individuals or to the whole team. Celebrate the team's success and understand what motivates each team member and explore their abilities, skills, values, and opportunities for improvement of the whole team. So that would be the end of our leadership training for you. I thank you to your attention and wishing you all the best.
Thank you so much from me as well.